countdown because I believe it may be live right now. So maybe
It
we are
says in
live.
the corner on Hangouts that it's live.
All right, then I guess we are live. Well, if anyone's watching, it's the local patrons right here. And I got my boy. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I want to say Kai.
Kai, yeah, you got it right. Yeah,
Boom,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
It's like an assassin's name right there. Then you got your little, you got the little, was it Watchdogs?
Watch
thing
Dogs?
going on? Yeah, because you got the Watch. You know, play the game Watch Dogs?
Yes, I get what you mean now. Yeah.
So he may hack me halfway through this thing. I don't even know. Get all my patrons to go over on his side, but so pretty much what I want to do for like the month, since I think it's still like relatively, I want to call it like family friendly. Like the Patreon hasn't gotten like super huge to the point that like I can't have one-on-ones with all of you guys. Like in the comments, I can't all the time, right? Like if I recognize you, right? Like I see your comments and I'm like, oh, it's the boy. Or I see somebody else who's been like following me since the beginning. I usually respond to those, but I can't like respond to everyone. So I don't know. Looking big, you know, saying that the Patreon at some point like blows up, it goes red letter media style, then I won't be able to do things like this. So I figured for like at least a month or two, I wanted to have things where I can actually get to know you guys.
For now.
For now, exactly. So if you're one of the lucky few, like my man right here, or I can't even, that sounds so cocky to say. It's not even lucky few. If you're one of the first ones that I'm super appreciative that actually cares enough of my stuff to even watch it. I think that's like, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I just kind of post stuff when I can of like my portfolio work because I'm currently studying films and stuff like that. Yeah.
So then you would know that when you just like get a view on something.
Yeah, of course.
It's like the craziest thing in the world.
A view or a like, I'm just like, damn, someone's actually appreciate it.
And then someone leaves a comment and you're like, oh, this is great. And then someone tells you to go kill yourself and you're like, oh.
Always. There's always one who's just like, this is crap.
You can get like 20 people telling you this is the greatest thing in the world. This is amazing. You've changed my life. But then that one person who tells you your sense of humor is terrible. You should just go kill yourself.
Yep.
That's the one that sticks with you.
Yeah, of course. Always.
Life sucks. But anyways, yeah, I want to do these for like a month or two, pretty much get you guys on and sort of have like a one-on-one with you guys and just like talk about movies. And that's simple as that. Yeah. So if you're watching this right now and you want to jump on, let me know. If you want to jump on for a future one, just DM me and I'll send you the link. It's super easy. And at least for you, your guys over here, I don't know what, there was like a huge problem that I was dealing with. That's why this one was a little bit late, but yeah. And then that way we could just talk one-on-one about anything. Specifically, with the live streams that I was doing before was pretty much talking about the videos that I made. So the videos for the past week.
And then you just answered whatever anyone wanted to know.
Yeah. Or reaffirm the fact. Oh, there you go, Zach.
Hey, yo.
So this is my boy Zach from Multiplex. Zach's been giving since like, shoot, he was like one of the first 5, if I remember correctly. So Zach, 5? Oh, by the way, I think you were like one of the first 5.
Oh, cool.
Back in like 2016 or whenever it was that you started giving. Crazy stuff. But Zach, this is Kai.
Hey, Kai.
Hey, Zach.
Kai, this is Zach. And Zach, we're live.
Good to know. Hi guys.
So
hello.
Keeping it casual as can be, pretty much. But yeah, I was just telling Kai that pretty much I'm trying to do a thing for like the next month or two of pretty much just getting patrons on. Sweet. Like while I still can, before I start getting those patrons who like demand that I give, and I've had those, interestingly enough, not to call them out, but they won't be watching this since they're not a patron anymore. They pretty much like sent me an email saying that they weren't getting their $1 worth.
Oh, come on. It's $1. Like you can pay more.
Are these people who literally gave $1?
Yeah, $1. Which I appreciate. Do not get me wrong. I appreciate that to the max.
No, I mean, at one point when I was running my Patreon, I had somebody who was giving me like $20 a month, and I was like, okay, I want to like make sure that dude is.
I feel bad.
Cool with me.
I want to go like tuck them into bed if they're giving me 20.
Exactly right, but like $1, that's like an approval of what you're already doing. I feel like
that's how much I'm worth already. I can't give you more. But yeah, so I mean, before we get to that, right, that I get like all those people, I kind of want to have like one-on-one. So like I said, DM me and I'll pretty much just send you the link. You can hop on with us. I don't know what the limit is because we've been doing, Zach and I have been doing Hangouts since
when we start? 2014?
Yeah, whenever we first fell in love with each other. So I don't know what the max is, but the Oscars. We're gonna talk about the Oscars. We're talking about like the most recent videos that I made, or maybe Annihilation. Actually, no, he just got Annihilation.
Not yet. Give me 24 hours, then I can talk about Annihilation.
You're like technically it's available now, right, on Netflix?
Yeah, but he's
in a couple of hours it should be okay.
So we should just pause this for 2 hours and like get back to it.
Dude, it's 3 o'clock for him over there.
Yeah.
I think we should give you a little time to
let him sleep. If he sees it half asleep, this man ain't waking up. He's not gonna know when he's.
I saw The Last Jedi half asleep.
I think so.
I went to a midnight screening. Sorry, and I just was like, I need to watch this again tomorrow when I'm awake.
They made that, but they made The Last Jedi half asleep. So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
I don't hate The Last Jedi. Do you like The Last Jedi?
I didn't when I first saw it because I was like, this is a bit, but then I watched it again and I liked it much more. I still am like, the fight scenes are just exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like yes, it's very cool and like I think Rey throws the lightsaber to Kylo and then he just like that's cool, but like it's the same every single movie and it's just like.
Did you feel trolled?
How so?
Zach and I were talking about this. We talked about that before because we're not like the biggest Star Wars fans. We appreciate them. So it's like I didn't feel that thing, but it started becoming like a Marvel DC thing. I felt where whether you liked it or you hated it, it was like saying whether you were Trump or Hillary. I have found that the discussions about The Last Jedi are more entertaining than The Last Jedi. But what 100%. I thought the moment I left by the trolling aspect was everyone hyping up that Snoke was going to be this overarching whatever you say villain, and then he just I want to say most everyone has seen it, so it's not really spoilers. Also,
I mean, I feel like it's safe if you haven't seen it by now, you
don't care.
Give you 3 months to watch it.
Yeah. So like him being off like that was sort of like I thought he was going to be more. The reveal of Rey's parents. What I thought they were going to be more. Luke. What I thought he was going to have more, like a bunch of that I heard a lot of people complaining to the point that Film Theory, they came out and they said that he was like, oh, blame me for the disappointment because of whatever, where he said that because of all the crazy theories that he made up, his theories were better than the movie could ever be.
I personally liked how they kind of underdid it. Because Star Wars is this big thing, and then Rian Johnson just comes over and just goes, "Nope, we're making it small. We're making it small." And everyone was like, "But it's worldwide." He's like, "I don't care. We're making it small."
It's kind of cool. No?
Yeah, I mean, like, so for me, I felt like as its own thing, it was solid. But the thing is, I was sitting there really noticing. Like you said, all these ways that it kind of changed. And for me, the thing that really jumped out was when Kylo smashes that mask that he spent most of the first movie in. It felt to the only thing is it felt to me like Rian Johnson basically just being like, I don't like this, and this about the first movie, but I'm going to carry like, so while I don't necessarily think any of the decisions were bad decisions, it did feel kind of like weird after the buildup of that first movie, I guess.
Like someone coming into your house and going like, nope, you don't want this carpet. No, you don't want those curtains. It's like, bro, get the heck out of my house. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out right now because Ale R is on. She's watching us. She says, I'm seriously so mad I can't watch Annihilation in a theater. I hope it's still out next month when I visit the home. So I don't know if you're writing to us there. Are you? I take it you're out of states as well if you didn't get it. There's some places in the states that didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Minnesota don't get anything because Minnesota's like population 5 more cows than there are people. But there are some places that like didn't get it here either. But I'm curious to know where you're from and if you are going to get it on Netflix because from what I heard, the UK's the only one getting it.
I think everywhere's getting it on Netflix because I looked online and the US was the only place they played it in cinemas.
Are we getting it on Netflix?
No, so they sold the international distribution rights. I mean, I think we'll get it eventually on Netflix, maybe, but Netflix has all non-American rights.
I think it may kind of be like how The Ritual was like premiered on Netflix across the worldwide, but before, like 2 months before, it had a UK release.
Mm-hmm. That's dumb.
Yeah, very weird.
Dang it, Paramount. Next thing you know, they're going to release a Cloverfield movie without giving us a trailer and just release it on the same day. These buffoons. But
they probably only do that if the movie was bad, though.
Yeah, probably. American Vandal. Have you seen American Vandal?
You know, I have.
I know
I
you
have.
have.
I
don't
have.
care about you, Zach.
100%.
Okay.
I've watched that twice.
It's so great.
It's so good. I'm so excited. If they
So-
are they making season 2?
Yes.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh yes.
So from what I heard, I think it's going to be an anthology. And from what I heard, the next one is going to be the Poop Bandit. It's going to be a guy who's like slinging poop in the hallways, and they got to figure out. It's great. I am there day one, and I agree. It should be streamed in theaters. It should be sent to a theater near you to be able to watch it. Yeah, one of the things that I got from this one the most, I think, right in the beginning, was a lot of comments saying that, because I had said the show people skipped. And because I do feel that I would ask a lot of people, and I even gave like a lot of bases. Like I remember showing it to my brother, and he's like, "That's the dumbest thing." But I forced him to watch it. By episode 3, he finished episode 8. He was set on it. I showed it to my mom; she did not care. And I have recommended it to other people. They're like, "No, Miss Me with That Dick Show" is what they say. They're like, "I don't want to watch that."
Same. My friend forced me to watch it, and I watched episode 3, and I got home the next day and I finished it.
So it's like. We had the same experience. Exactly. It was recommended to me a lot. And I was like, no.
I showed my other friend, and I showed him the first 2 episodes, and he was like, "That's really funny." And I go, "You gonna watch it?" He goes, "Yeah," and he still hasn't.
That lying, thieving adulterator. A lot of people told me that it wasn't. It was actually the most binged. So I searched it up, and they were right. It's actually the most quickly binged show. Then I saw the other ones, and then I realized what that actually meant. It wasn't the most binged show. Do you remember back when YouTube was able to release 10-minute videos, and that would count like as a full view or whatever? So the shorter you had the video, the more views it would get. Yeah, it was the quickest binged show because it was the shortest show on the list. There was 2 lists, so they are correct. It is the quickest binge show because it is the shortest show to watch. So all the shows in the quickest binged were those.
Yeah, exactly. You probably can't do Mindhunter in one sitting as good as it is at times.
But even if you did, it would still not be the quickest binge because it is technically longer than the other one. So, I mean, they made a great point to it. I mean, at least people were binging it. Those who watched it were binging it, but it still stands. I don't think it got the love it deserved.
It definitely didn't get the love it deserved.
Yeah,
I feel Stranger Things season 2 got too much love, you could say.
I think Stranger One season 1 got too much. That's me. I like 2 better than 1, except episode 7. Let's see. Alice says she's actually from Cali. I've been checking all day, and it says it's coming today. I'm living in South Korea.
Oh,
whoa! What time is it? What time is it in South Korea?
Morning, maybe.
It's like 6 a.m. over there. I don't know. It can't be that far from the UK.
11:30 in
11:30.
South Korea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be up by then anyway. I get up at 1 p.m. Anyways, yeah, that's crazy. Thanks for watching us. Fans in South Korea. That's insane.
Did she become a fan when she was in South Korea or when she was in Cali, though?
No, South Korea. Has to be South Korea.
Just take that as South Korea.
Right? It sounds cooler if you say South Korea. In Cali, yeah, whatever. Everyone from Cali's overpopulated. South Korea, that sounds a lot cooler. But I guess that would be interesting for Ale and also for you, Kai, because I know how Zach found me. He looked into my eyes and he fell in love with me. Like, what was the first video that you saw that you were like, "All right, this guy's worth watching"?
Oh, I have to quickly go onto your YouTube because I kind of sometimes I go forwards then backwards. Like one from like a year ago will come up with my recommended, and then it's like, oh wait, you uploaded like 5 months. 5 months.
Oh, it looks like you upload.
Yeah, so like
That's cool.
I can't remember. I know it was. I don't know. Like it was one of your bigger ones, very
Okay.
like most popular ones.
Yeah.
It was the irony of passengers. That was it.
Right. One second.
How was your day, buddy?
Good. Yours?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm recording something right now. Okay.
Hey, see ya.
Oh, sorry, that was my sister. She was gone for I haven't seen her since Friday.
Oh no.
Yeah. So pretty much anytime you see a cut in a video, it's because that's my little sister going.
No, yeah. The first video I saw was the irony of passengers, and then it was the straight 13 reasons why it sucks. And then I think it was either I don't know which one it was. I think it was probably the how Lil Uzi Vert uses mumble rap.
Do you like Lil Uzi?
Oh boy, do I like Lil Uzi! I was so gutted I didn't get tickets.
This is the man right here. He knows what's up. I'm upset I didn't get it. I didn't get tickets.
But I'm so happy I got Brockhampton tickets. That's all I care about.
So I'm still getting on the Brockhampton train. I haven't gone back and listened to Saturation 1 and 2. No, which one has Sweet?
Saturation 2.
Okay, so then I've listened to part of 2, but I still need to go back and listen to all of them. So I'm getting on that train.
Did you like it? Did you like?
Oh yeah. I love the dynamic that they all have. I definitely think I'm blanking on his name. The one who's known for being gay.
Kevin Abstract.
Kevin Abstract. There you go. His solo stuff
is
Oh, whoa! So Zach and I believe, had talked about. Was it you and I who talked about Brockhampton, or was it? It was probably with Chase. It was one of you guys.
Chase, I think.
Brockhampton to me is what I feel Odd Future is to some people.
Right.
That's how I see them.
Collective vibe.
Exactly, but I actually like them. I don't have anything against Odd Future. I love Earl Sweatshirt, but the rest of Odd Future I never really connected with. I don't know if you like Odd Future or not.
Nah, I haven't really jumped on that train. Like, is Tyler in Odd Future?
Yeah, it's Tyler and the rest of his group.
I've only really listened to his new album and then his these older stuff, like a couple of his older stuff, like the big ones like Yonkers and that. But other than that, I haven't really jumped on that train. Stuff it's I can see how people would like it, but I'm just a bit nah.
Pass.
Yeah,
Brockhampton is, but I'm getting on Brockhampton, so I will eventually make a video on them. 1000%.
I just love their videos, how they just do it all themselves, and how they just somehow do it on the same street, the same house, and it's the same of everything's the same, but they make it so unique and original. I'm just damn, I have to congratulate that.
So you had mentioned the irony in Passengers.
I still need to watch it. I've just watched videos about Passengers. I haven't even watched it because apparently it's crap.
Man, I just went to your channel and sorted by oldest videos to see if I could figure out when I actually first saw you, and I don't know if you deleted some of that shit or I'm
nothing's deleted. Maybe unlisted.
Maybe unlisted. Because also, where are all your Cineclashes?
Oh, the Cineclashes are all in a. I have them in a folder.
Okay. Because I think maybe the first thing I saw of yours that is not unlisted, at least, is the God's Not Dead review.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
That's why they're making a third one of that.
Oh, yes, they are, because he's still not dead, Kai.
He's still not dead.
What do you not get?
This should go on forever. This should easily go on forever.
Don't stop until he goes, all right? Oh, man. You know what's crazy? I'm a little offended by the third one, because so I had a lot of videos for a church and everything, so I've actually gotten... I don't think I got a screening for the first one, but I got a screening for the second one from the actual organization, because they have me down as a youth minister. So I always get the email.
PR blasts.
So they'll send me the things and they'll be like, "Hey, youth minister, would you like?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go, let's do this." So I tend to catch a lot of the Christian films early, and I love it because everyone there. So it's like, if you're going to see a Twilight movie, you might as well have seen it with all the Twilight fans, because it just adds an extra layer of special on there. There is an extra layer of, call it the Holy Spirit that's in the room, whatever you want to call it. But when you go to one of the screenings to these, everyone is just there, and they're like, they say amen after everything.
Was there a particular one screening of these that you've been to that was like heavy with the art?
God's Not Dead 2. God's Not Dead 2.
Oh, instantly.
No. There's no doubt about it. I had never seen people act like they're so persecuted while the AMC members cleaned up after all their garbage. It made no sense, because the whole movie was about how like American Christians, you know, because forget the Christians over in China or where, you know, where they're actually being persecuted. The whole movie's about like, oh, Texas wants to check our messages. I let them check it. What? Okay. And then it gets just brushed over, because that's all God's Not Dead 2 was. It was like anything that was on the news, even if it wasn't a big deal. Like the writer was like, yo, did you hear about that? They're checking messages in Texas. Put it in the movie. That was like a one-day thing, because in Texas was like, you're right, it's unconstitutional. Well, shoot, we already put it in the movie. And then it's in the movie and it makes no sense. The whole screening was people going, amen, hallelujah. That ain't right. Always out to get us. Now that's funny to me, because when I saw the first one, I did that. But like for jokes.
Not in such a heavy way.
Right. So when I'm in this, my girlfriend was looking at me going like, do not get us in trouble. Do not get us persecuted. I said, they're not going to know. So of course something happens and I go, amen. Lady next to me just looks at me and goes, yes, brother. I said, yes, sister. Oh yeah, no doubt. The guys at that 2 screening, just seeing everybody, like, they were like, oh, we're so persecuted. This is so crazy. Hey, can you hand me some of that free popcorn that they gave out at the screening for those of us who came? Oh, give me that free pen and paper, because they gave you a notepad. I may still have it. They gave you like a notepad. They gave out flashlights for the newest one. My boy Kevin from Say Goodnight Kevin.
Because you need a light in the darkness, right?
This man's following. So it's like, it made no sense, right? They're like, oh, we're so persecuted. And they walk out, and then here comes like little Billy to clean up all the mess that these Christians left, because what a Christian attitude to just leave your popcorn and stuff on the floor. I can't wait for the third one. I am so excited for the third one, but I am upset that they haven't given me a screening. No invite. I thought it was knock and the door shall be open.
You should follow that up. You should email them. Be like, I need this.
Dear Mr. Pureflix.
Yeah. I need this in my life.
But yeah, I still remember, I think my God's Not Dead video was the first one that went big for me. And by big, it was like 10,000 views. And I was like, yo, I have made it.
Yo, that bad boy's up to 33K. Don't undersell yourself.
Well, back in the day, it was at 10K. And I remember that specifically because of one comment that to this day, my friends and I still quote. And it was a bunch of Christians getting mad, and then atheists also getting mad, because that's what happens in my videos. Both sides hate me every single time. But I got one. It was one of these. It was one of those. It said about the ending, because I had said that the ending was dumb. Have you seen God's Not Dead? The first one? None of you?
No.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, God's Not Dead is a story of a teacher who's he's a philosopher. Well, I don't care what he is. He's a teacher, and he pretty much forces all of his students to write down God's not dead on a piece of paper. That can't happen in real life.
Yeah.
So he forces them to do that. The whole movie is this kid going, I'm not going to sign that piece of paper. So the teacher's like, I'm going to fail you. He's like, no, you ain't. Let's have a debate. He's like, so they have this like debate, but the whole thing is like them like outside of class, like trying to train and get a debate or whatever. At the end of the movie, the teacher gets run over by a car. just obliterated. He's just walking in there, boom. And he's there on the floor and he's dying. And David A.R. White, who is the founder of like Pureflix, he's in the movie, of course. And he walks up to him. He plays a pastor in the movie, and he goes, right, because you see a dying man. What's the first thing you're going to tell a dying man? Bleeding, just like
you wouldn't say anything. You just kind of call the ambulance, wouldn't
You
you?
don't call the ambulance, Kai. You call Jesus, and you go up to the man and you say, "Have you accepted Jesus in your life?" Because that's what this man does in the movie. You know,
Now or never.
You know, sometimes you say something that isn't really what happens in the movie. You just want to exaggerate. There is no exaggeration here. The clip is up on YouTube. You can, I think it's on Amazon. You can watch the whole movie on Amazon if you want a good laugh. But he literally goes up to the guy and says, "Have you accepted Jesus into your life?" He looks at his African counterpart. There's literally a guy from Africa who just comes to visit from missionary work, and the African guy looks at him. He's like, "Yes, he's dead. There's no saving him." The guy literally he pronounced. He's like, "Yes, the ambulance will not make it in time. He's dead." So the guy goes, "You're right. He needs to accept Jesus in his heart right now." And I believe he talks to him, and Jesus, he goes into his heart, and he dies right then and there.
I was waiting for he comes back, he just resurrects and just stands up after being hit by the car.
It was too late. He had done too many wrongs. But I will say this: the whole movie's built up on that. If you're a Muslim, then you beat your child, because that is what happens in the movie to the one Muslim. The woman who's an atheist and reports against Christianity, she gets cancer. Can you guess when the cancer goes away?
When she accepts Jesus.
When she accepts Jesus, the cancer goes, "See you later." So the big thing that this guy was bringing up was, excuse me, but the ending is real. I'm like, no, it ain't. This is a fictional movie, because that's the thing with Christians. Every time they see a Christian movie, they think it's like a new chapter of the Bible, and it's not. So the argument was, it was how they quoted it. They said, the ending could have happened to anyone. It could have happened to a Christian, a Muslim, a atheist, a Jew. It was the dumbest. If anyone goes back and finds that comment, and if you can frame it to me, just start a P.O. box. Just that if you can frame this to me and give it to me. Since that day, anytime something happens between my friends and I, like, "Oh man, you failed that test," it's okay. It could have happened to anybody, a Muslim, a atheist, a Jew. We say that for anything. So trips. "Oh man, dude, hey, don't even feel embarrassed, man. It could have happened to anyone, a Muslim, a atheist, a Jew." and so yeah, so that was like one of the first videos that like went pretty big, and I wasn't used to getting so many comments. But the other two that you had mentioned, the passengers one, I thought was funny because I remember recording that. I was at like a conference or something. So I went like into a back room and I recorded it. Like I had brought my stuff with me, so I just decided to go record it, and I like edited it as quick as I could, and I uploaded it. And my buddy Zach, he's also Zach was okay. So I don't know, maybe he'll watch this. I'm gonna talk about my buddy Zach. Zach's like someone who I actually know. He's a cool dude. He was giving me like $25 a month.
Oh, for what?
On Patreon.
Oh, okay.
And when I told him, like, "Yo, Zach, you're my friend. You don't need to give $25 a month." He's like, "Oh, I'm not. It's on my mom's credit card." I said, "Zachary." I think it was his money. I think it was his money that he had like in an account for his mom. But and he still gives, so there is a chance he's gonna watch this video. But I see him every week, so it don't matter. Him, the moment I walk out, he looks at me and he goes, "This video ain't going nowhere." I was like, "Well, thanks, man. You still gave me $25 for it a month." Unbeknownst to me, right? Like a month passes, it's fine. Out of nowhere, because it's like at 1 million now, it just blows up. And it was funny because it blew up because people were mad at me because they thought I was like a Menonist or something. And people were like, "What point were you trying to make in this video? Your video made no point whatsoever. What irony? What does this have to do with anything? Why do you hate the movie? Why do you love the movie?" I was like, my point in the video was that the irony is how Jennifer Lawrence was complaining about not getting money, but she didn't complain when she was getting overpaid from Chris Pratt. That was like the main point in the video. That is not bashing those who are fighting for the wage gap or anything else. I just thought it was funny how she was quick to go, "This is disrespectful in American Hustle that this is happening to me." And then the coin flips and she goes, "I got an Oscar." That's ironic because so did Christian Bale, but you complained he shouldn't have gotten paid more than you. Vinny the Pooh says, "I am a misogynist." That is true, 1000%. Oh, I also missed this other one. I actually became a fan while living here in South Korea. What did I tell you?
Boom.
What did I tell you? I'm asleep like an
Global.
angel. Mr. Worldwide. That's gonna be my new thing.
Dale.
A to Z Pitbull. And you're the first person I've ever given money to on Patreon. Man, that's the nicest thing.
Yeah, same
I
here.
appreciate that.
That's special.
I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
I
Let's
don't
go.
use Patreon, but the only person I
Thank you.
give Patreon is you, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
You're
it.
like the 4th or 5th person I gave to on Patreon.
Well, you know I'm at least top 10. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just interesting seeing it in retrospect because that one and what was the other one that you had mentioned?
I can't remember now.
Did you say the Uzi version?
13.
Or
13 Reasons Why video. That's the
13 Reasons Why Not.
To this day, I still get comments on those all the time.
It's still somehow blowing up.
Yeah, because
I know,
people are like
it
mad
will.
at me.
It probably will. It like 13 Reasons Why is for some
Forever.
reason.
I'm gonna retire. Those are gonna pay for my kids. Books. One book. It's gonna pay for like one book when they go to college. Years from
Like
now.
I was when I watched 13 Reasons Why, I was like, oh, this is all right. And then I finished it and go, well, I've just wasted so much time. And apparently season 2 is gonna be about a school shooting.
Aren't you excited?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's timely.
I can't wait for the memes on YouTube where they pumped up kicks behind it, like they do in every school shooting video.
Oh,
If that show, the Oa, I think it's called. There's a school shooting in like the last episode or something on that one, and then everyone starts standing up and starts like doing some hand signs and then pumped up kicks, kicks in. Yeah, it makes no sense.
oh.
Yeah,
Listen,
like, oh man, I can't wait until some like really big studio makes a school shooting film.
well, it's not actually big, but I always think of Elephant,
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
right?
What's that?
Gus Van Sant, I think.
Yeah, Gus Van Sant. So it wasn't a studio movie.
I've never
I
seen
think.
it. I've never seen it actually. I just always.
Yeah, I have. I mean, it's not like explicit because Gus Van Sant's very arty. But I mean, it's a school shooting movie. The entire plot. It's the entire thing that happens.
Welcome to Blockbuster. What are you looking for? I'm looking for your school shooting section. Ah, yes, sir. Oh, it's next to the suicide section.
I was talking on Intercut. The short film one of the short films I was recommending is DeKalb Elementary.
Yes, I've been needing to see that. The trailer was like 1 minute, and it just makes me go, I want to see this.
Yeah, it's not as depressing as a school shooting movie could potentially be. I thought it was really, really well done.
I want to watch the one that won at the Oscars because that was nominated for it.
Dear Basketball? Yeah, I agree. So such a powerful story. Actually, let's talk about the Oscars because that was the last one that I did, the Shape of Oscars.
Were you happy that Shape of Water, like, were you seriously happy when it said Shape of Water for Best Picture? What was like the first reaction?
He was seriously happy when they called Guillermo's name.
Oh yeah, my uncle. I was like, yeah, for sure. That 1000%.
When they were like, these are the 5 nominations for Best Director, I couldn't care who would win because I liked every single one of them. Not even gonna lie.
Oh, so it was like it didn't matter who won. You were cool with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
When like certain categories, I was like, I don't want this person to win because I feel this person was better. When director, I was like, they all did a good job. Just
agreed.
I don't care. Like, just
All 4 Men and Greta Gerwig. I thought they did a fantastic job. Loved it 1000%. No, when Shape of Water won, I was like, literally, my reaction was just, that's fair.
I just had a massive deep breath of, so glad 3 Billboards didn't win.
Oh, let's do this right here, guys. Let's do this.
I was like, I'm so happy he didn't win.
So that's Zach's #1 movie of the year, but Zach is also a racist, though. That's the weirdest thing about it. When I get the Patreon money, I wash his. It is digital. I was like, I'm cleaning my hands from this. What did you not like about 3 Billboards? Because I'm in the middle between you.
Like I liked it. I thought I gave it like Letterboxd. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars.
All right.
But I was just like, I think a massive part of it was the stuff before I watched it, how it impacted my actual viewing, how the trailer made it look like this massive dark comedy. When I went in, and I was like, it's just not. I can't that much. It's not funny. I didn't find it that funny.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then everyone's like saying, "Oh, it's the best film of the year. It's got this, and it's nominated for this, won this, it's that, this place." And I'm just watching it, going, "It's all right." I was like I definitely loved.
I agree with him.
I definitely loved the third billboard reveal, and I didn't realize in the trailers that they didn't show it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I was like, "Oh, damn! They didn't show the third billboard in the trailer." I was like, wow, I really liked that touch because it just kind of it didn't even come to mind that they didn't show it.
Uh-huh.
So that was a big secret reveal kind of thing, and I definitely liked Francis's, I can't say her last name. I loved her performance.
Frances McDormand.
Yeah, and I loved all the performances. I loved the score, and I loved kind of the twists and stuff. But I just was like, it was just quite like forgettable. I was just like, it happened.
Are you a fan of the other two, Seven Psychopaths and
In Bruges?
Yeah,
definitely In Bruges. And Seven Psychopaths I need to watch again because I watched it like a couple of years ago, and it's another one I'm like, I need to watch it again, otherwise I'm gonna forget about it. Like, but yeah, like it's definitely I feel like it's definitely a good film. Like it's definitely one I would recommend. But it's
did not see it as best picture of the year.
I did not see it as good as the other ones that I saw.
So you saw Shape of Water as best picture of the year?
I saw Shape of Water or Lady Bird as best picture of the year.
Yeah, because that's what Ali just brought up. She wished Lady Bird at least got one.
Yeah.
So if it had to get one, you would have said best picture?
No, I would have said best actress.
Oh.
Oh.
Definitely over Frances?
No, supporting actress. Sorry.
Supporting. Okay.
I just got that wrong. I thought Alison Janney in I, Tonya was the script helped her give her role.
Yeah,
if you gave the Lady Bird script to someone else, then Laurie Metcalf wouldn't have done. Laurie Metcalf still would have done the best job. I feel she was amazing.
You know, like when you see them for that like 0.3 seconds when they announced the other person.
Yeah.
And right before the camera shots of the other losers, lightly like goes away. That was the one that hurt me the most that night. Because she was looking at it, the look on her face was like, "That's it. This was my chance.
Jeff's best chance. Like she's not somebody who has a lot of big film roles like this, and she's a theater actress, and she's very subtle. And I mean, like, I like Alison Janney a lot, but it's just
I do too, but
it's a much bigger, broader character, and Laurie Metcalf is so good in Lady Bird.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
No, I agree 1,000%. It was that look she gave right at the end. It was like the same look Stallone gave when he went, "Whoa."
Yeah. But I thought
I only knew Laurie Metcalf from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, I've never seen The Big Bang Theory.
She's Sheldon's mum.
Do you like The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Get out of here, Kai.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was nice. It was nice seeing you, Kai. I appreciate it.
Don't ask me to review sitcoms.
So you like the sitcoms? It's your thing.
Sitcoms are like kind of like comedy movies. I put it on when I can't be bothered to do anything.
That's fair enough.
You're not gonna like intellectually defend it.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't ask me about them or comedy movies, except for like actual like
what is the deeper meaning of Bazinga, man? I need to know. What does it all mean?
I don't even know. I just don't want to see any more Bazinga t-shirts when I'm walking around the street.
I'm gonna buy a Bazinga shirt just to put it on the next video. I'm gonna write it in the backboard and whatnot.
No, yeah, like a couple of stuff with the Oscars. I kind of like with when Alison Janney won. I was like, no.
He reached for the screen as if to stop.
Yeah, it's like, no,
let me do something.
Yeah,
switch the envelope. Yeah. What else stood out to you?
I'm a bit on the fence for Dunkirk and Baby Driver for best editing.
No,
Because-
I'm not on the fence. I'm on the other side of the border. I'm way past whatever wall can be built. That was Baby Driver's 1000%. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like that. I was like Baby Driver, but then my friend went, Dunkirk's story is just so muddled. If the editing didn't handle
Right.
that, then it
No.
would have been just insane. It would have been crap.
Yeah.
I do believe that, but I also remember Dunkirk having the dumbest frame at the end of the movie that makes
Yes.
absolutely no sense. So for that alone. Am I wrong?
No, you're not
It
wrong.
is the weird, and I haven't seen Dunkirk since in theaters because I refuse to watch it on. If I'm not watching it on an IMAX, huge big screen.
Hmm.
Have you seen those memes? I don't even have anything around me. Those memes that people post on Twitter. It's on their old iPad Nano, which is like the screen's this big, and it's Dunkirk.
Take that, Christopher
Find
Nolan.
them,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and it's like on broken headphones, and he says, "Watching Dunkirk on the subway the way Nolan intended me to." So I haven't seen it since then, but I still remember that ending, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's like Nolan, the editor, and the producer all wanted like something different. They're like, I got it. Ba-dunk. Might as well just show them both at the same time.
Literally.
Unless
no,
if
yeah,
you guys can
like-
defend it. I don't.
Like, but like, I don't know because Dunkirk is still, like I said, is like if the editing didn't handle that, then the film probably
No.
would have gone to trash.
I agree.
And Baby Driver, you probably would. You had to plan the songs before the shoot to make sure that the edit worked. And it's just like I don't know what to do. I'm very
Editor was another character in the movie.
yes, yeah.
Check the poster. It says Kevin's. No, I'm not saying Kevin Spacey.
They crossed out
all-
Kevin Spacey's name and put the editors in.
And no, they just put the editing.
Yes.
It's a character within the film. Just like, have you ever seen the movie They Came Together?
No, I've never heard of that.
Man, you need to go watch the movie. It is from the people who made Zach, help me out. Zach, tag team. me.
Wet Hot American Summer. David
Wet Hot-
Wayne and Michael Showalter.
Okay.
Do you not like him?
No, I've never really seen it. I just know
Oh, no.
it's
Yeah,
very
it's super,
weird.
super like small movie that came out a couple years ago. It is so dumb, and I love it. It hits a frequency of like parodiness to me, and it's just making fun of every rom-com ever. It's Amy Poehler and Paul Rudd, and
yeah.
it's about how they
Okay,
came
yeah.
together, and pretty much they're retelling their story to a couple during dinner. And they're like, so it was me, him, and New York. Because, New York is like a character in the story. It's just so wonderful.
It has a Bill Hader in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like
okay.
the friend, right?
Yeah, he's the friend. He's just looking at them going like, why are you talking like this? Who cares?
I like Bill Hader sometimes, except for in Power Rangers. If I'm right. Was he in
He's
Power Rangers?
fantastic. Yeah,
I thought it was a bit annoying.
he played
The little robot thing.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm not on board. I was like,
he played the Krispy Kreme donut. Alice says, can we talk about how Sufjan Stevens' performance was like a minute shorter than all the other musical
Yeah,
performances?
so we reacted like in the moment after the Oscars, and it took me a while to realize that he got literally less than 2 minutes, which is crazy. Like he brought up St. Vincent as backup guitar, Moses Sumney was up there as well, awesome musicians. I feel like, did somebody tell them like, okay, we have like half as much time as we thought we did?
I think it was his voice that said I only got 2 minutes because that man was losing it. I love him, but that's just the truth. Man was squeaking up there. He had to go.
so was the beginning of Remember Me.
That was terrible.
That was so shocking. As soon as I'm so glad, like after 30 seconds, Miguel comes on and just punches him in the physical, like
before he
Basically
opened
punched-
his
You should have
mouth.
been like, I'm gonna let you finish, but
Yeah.
I was like, when what's his name? First of all, what's his name had the worst joke of the night. That best when he went out there, right? I'm like, all these Mexicans getting these wins, but he's about to catch an L right here. Where he made that one joke. First of all, he messed up his setup, but it was supposed to be like a Walls border joke. He's like, from the land of the living to the whatever of the dead.
Yeah.
He goes over for his family. Because in the afterlife, there are no walls. Cricket, 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 cricket. So I made a video for the second channel that I have, Let Me Explain, and I was making that bit for it, right? And I thought, I want to add the cricket noises, but I might not have enough space, right? So I'm going to have to extend his bit a bit. No. It actually is like a good amount of time where he just goes, because there are no walls in the afterlife. Anyways, here to perform, remember me. And then he goes and I was like, bro, dang, listen, I'm with you, but not on this one, man. You messed up. And I'm like, all right, good, just pass it on. And then he passes it on to someone worse. And I love the people who are going like, and I'm all for it, right? I'm Mexican, whatever. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it win. I'm happy to see Guillermo win. But I'm not going to be delusional and say that my man over here wasn't like, remember me. Except this song right here that I'm singing. I was like, yo, this dude, he gotta go. And the moment he ends it, he looks over at the dude who was playing the guitar. He practically went, whoo. And then Miguel and the other chick came out.
And they smashed it, I think.
Yeah. I thought they were fantastic. I think
should have just had them instead.
Should have just said them. Should have just animated what's his name to come out instead. I don't know.
I'm very surprised Lego Batman movie didn't get nominated. Because I thought that was much better than
Then what? Ferdinand? What?
Yeah.
Boss Baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
The boss baby, don't.
Have you seen the Boss Baby?
Yes.
Dang it. I can't make my joke, dang it.
Did it ever happen to you? All across my YouTube at one point was just the Boss Baby 24/7 live YouTube #HD
What?
1080p. All I was seeing on my recommended on my front page was just about 10 different live streams of people live streaming just the Boss Baby on loop for
Boss Baby
24
was a phenomenon, guys.
In HD?
You can't deny it.
Yeah.
Like you could actually watch the actual movie, The Boss Baby.
Yeah, in HD on YouTube for like a whole day.
Then why did I buy the 4K Steelbook? I'm gonna get a Boss Baby poster. Actually, what am I talking about? I went to a screening and it wasn't for the Boss Baby. But I went to a screening and they had Boss Baby posterettes. It was like a Boss Baby packet. I kid you not, it was the coolest thing. It was a Boss Baby packet. You open it up, you can solve like a puzzle or something, but the back of it was magnetic. I'll show it next week or whatever it is, because I don't know where it is, somewhere downstairs. It's 4 different Boss Babies, and you pick what mood you're in depending on the Boss Baby. It's like, oh, today and it's like the Boss Baby angry. Then it's the Boss Baby happy. Then it's the Boss Baby with his diaper.
I wish I had that.
It's going up right here. I'm gonna tell you that much. I'm putting it up there for my next video.
I really want a Boss Baby. Just costume.
What?
Costume. Because could you imagine going up to a Halloween
It's a
party?
suit.
Could you imagine just going to a Halloween party dressed in a suit and they go, "What are you?" You go, "The Boss Baby."
The Boss Baby, you fool. Stop disrespecting
What does it
me.
look like I am?
The Oscar-nominated Boss Baby. Oh man.
I'm happy Coco won. Very happy Coco won. But like I'm a little bit sad that Loving Vincent didn't, just because of the dedication that it took.
I have not seen
to
it
make
yet.
that. Me neither. But I watched a little clip. I'm being serious. I watched a clip which was saying apparently it was 65,000 frames it took to make that, and they took over 125 different artists just to draw it. I was like, damn, that's insane.
Dedication.
That's insane. Yeah, that is dedication. Yeah, and it's like it's hand drawn, not even online. It's like hand drawn. I was like, whoa, okay,
That's pretty dope.
yeah. And I was like, okay, I have to like give you an applause for that because that's just, I don't know, that's just mad.
I think sometimes we also like put a lot of value into an Oscar win and not enough into an Oscar nomination. Because like it got an Oscar nomination. That's still really awesome. Like
some people don't watch them. That's the worst part about it. Some people actually do not watch them. Like think about it. Some people who actually care are gonna watch the nominees coming up. Like Zach, you went and you watched all the short films. Some people will never watch the short films. Some people will never see the other nominees. Some people will never know how great Ferdinand was, even though it was nominated for an Oscar. They're just going to skip John Cena's most underlooked performance of 2017.
But like you said, they get it delivered to their house.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, no, I'm talking about like regular people.
Oh, okay. But like even like the people who actually vote for it, they don't have to leave their home.
Okay, so you're saying that you think Coco won just because it was the most popular one. You think if people would have actually seen Loving Vincent, they might have given it to.
No. I'm just saying like when you say people don't watch it, because you said apparently the voters don't watch some of the films. They haven't watched all the Best Picture films. Like
that's sad.
That's what it says in your video.
Like Zach and I have talked about that before. That's just like
I'm just like it gets sent to your home. You don't have to physically like go out and buy a ticket, then choose where you're sitting. You can just sit wherever you want because it's your house. You can pause it and like.
Screeners come with subtitles too.
Oh, come on!
That's crazy.
Like I had to take a half an hour train just to watch every film I need to go and see, and I forced myself to go and see every single Best Picture film, and then every single like one I could that's playing at the moment, just so I can have a say, and then they're just like, oh nah, I got it on DVD. I'm just gonna forget about that one. Like.
After you traveled all that way. I mean, no, I agree with Zach that it is definitely an honor to be nominated. I just wish that the general public appreciated the nomination just as much.
Exactly.
Because some people are only going to be like, oh, I was nominated but didn't win. I'm like,
but at least it was nominated.
Yeah. Like we're talking about one movie per year can win it. It's hard. But you know, to be among the top 5 is a real honor as well.
Bro, if I got nominated, the party I would throw for my nomination.
I'm so excited for next year's Oscars for how many tweets, videos, just Instagrams of people saying hashtag Black Panther was snubbed.
How is it going to be
Best Picture?
Gonna win? Already won.
Just know everyone who doesn't really understand will just be like, Black Panther should have won Best Picture. It's like, but
Wonder Woman should have been nominated this year. You don't always get awards. But sadly, that's the case. So you get different movies in February, obviously, since you guys are delayed in. We have a couple friends who are from the UK. We used to do a lot of live streams back in the day. I don't know if you ever seen. Do you know Rihanna Toria?
No.
Okay, she's a British YouTuber. I don't know. I don't even consider her a British YouTuber because she just travels everywhere.
But yeah, in the UK, it's a bit different.
But we had another buddy named Ram. Rest in peace. Pretty much all those guys, they like always had delayed movies.
Yeah.
Yo, have you seen this? They're like, nah, bro, he's got 12 Angry Men. What you talking about?
There is one good thing, is that stuff like Marvel films come out like a week early, but not this year
anymore.
Oh, we're not that lucky.
Suck it, man. Not this
year. How Paddington 2 came out in like November.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. The
Death of Stalin came out in like October.
Yeah, we just got it.
You just got it, and it's come out on DVD in the UK now. Like the week it came out in cinema in the US, it came on DVD in the UK.
Pathetic over here.
Have you seen that yet?
No, I actually got sent a screener.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly. Yeah, I was telling Zach about it. And you were right. They give you like a time. So barely as of recently, there was this one of my subscribers. He sent me, he's like, yo, because I told Zach all this already, but I had written to the Chicago Film Critics thing
Yeah.
that they have there because I'm from Chicago. Should have just written to like New York's. Hey, let me in. Watch they do. Because I sent it to Chicago. I sent them an email way back in January, still 2 months ago. I sent them the email and I'm like, yo, and it was just inquiring about it. I'm like, hey, I don't have a website, but I have a YouTube channel. I have this amount of views, right? I have this amount of subscribers and stuff. Am I allowed to be accepted into the Critics Association that you guys have here? And I'm willing to pay the fees because you even got to pay a fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would think if I'm willing to pay the fee, it'd be like, yeah, for sure, man. This guy's going to give us the 90 of whatever it is. Just ignored me.
No.
I was like, all right. And like Zach has told me because I just go to Zach for advice because Zach knows all this. The critics themselves like almost set up their own associations. Like I go on their things and I'm like, wow, you just have the in, but really, your thing's still running off like Internet Explorer 95. Like their websites are like, bro, like how are you? What? And then I see and they get like no comments or views. So I'm like, you have the in. We've talked about people who write the press versus the video and the whole thing that's been escalating between the two. And you see that a lot of the press people, you know, they write for the Guardian or Variety, Guardian. They've been smart enough to actually publish like and really push their stuff online, right? But a lot of the other writers that they get really upset that video people are actually gaining an audience, right? They're actually have that while the writers are like they want an audience, but they also don't because they want their opinion to be they want the audience to accept their opinion. I feel. And it's gotten to that point where they really do not have. They're just so like as YouTubers, we need to make things and hope that they get seen in order to continue making things.
Yes.
Writers are like, well, I'm just hired, so I'm just gonna write whatever I want, and I get the in regardless of. Meanwhile,
like a contract or something.
Exactly. Meanwhile, like you said, you're driving you're taking the train 30 minutes to go see a movie. I'm waiting for those Thursday releases, and I'm watching like back to back to back.
Exactly.
And these guys, I don't know. I'm just hating at this point. But anyways, I wrote to the Chicago one. Left me hanging out to dry.
Oh.
And then I get a buddy, a subscriber who sends me a thing, and he's like, "Yo, here's this email. Email this lady." And I was like, "All right. Anything else?" He's like, here's this other website to get like information and stuff. I was like, "All right." I send it to those emails. Those people by the next morning had responded. And by the next day, I got screeners sent to me. And I'm like, what? This is so... I got embargoed for something. I was like, what? I got embargoed? That's crazy. I've never been so excited to not talk about something.
Right.
So...
It's always fun when you get those emails like, here, do not talk about this information we're sending you.
I was like, oh, shucks. Gladly.
I somehow got into because for some reason in my area there has people walking around with like clipboards that says free film, and it's like I've always been intrigued to what they are.
Adult films, that's what they are. What?
Yeah, it just says free films. I'm like,
free film in this man.
And basically they get your like name, email, phone number, and they invite you to like not press screens, like market research screenings of films, but they don't. But sometimes they tell you what the film is. Sometimes they don't tell you what the film is. Mm-hmm. So I went to one that they didn't tell me, and they go, before they go, if you like films like Get Out, Scary Movie, all this, then you'll like this film that we're showing you. I'm sitting there going, what could it be? And I sit in the cinema, and some guy comes out and goes, we're showing you a film that comes out in 2 months called Happy Death Day. I'm like, oh god. I kind of sit back in my chair and go, okay. And then I watch it, and then after they go, you cannot talk about this film until it gets released. I'm sitting there going, and I'm waiting for the first review to come out. And as soon as the first review comes out, I'm like, okay, I start going on. I can't going off. I did not like Happy Death Day one bit.
So what you're saying is you're not excited for the sequel?
They're not making a sequel.
Yes, they are.
Why are they making a sequel?
Well, because you loved it so much that we got it.
But I'm also really intrigued if if because it came out 2 months before, we had to sound like an evaluation sheet. Like, did you like it? What did you like about it? What
It's your
was
fault,
this?
dude. You didn't argue enough.
I'm intrigued. Did they change a bit, or were they just doing it to see if people like it or not?
I've been to 3 of them. They've never changed the movies that I've seen. Gifted
Yeah.
at a test screening. I saw Eddie the Eagle, and recently I saw a movie that I'm not allowed to mention what I saw.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys. I can't tell you that I saw Sicario 2. But I saw Sicario 2, and I highly doubt they're going to change anything in the movie. Because that comes out in July?
Was it
Something
good?
like that.
Something
I
like
thought
that.
it was fantastic.
Yeah, but like actually, one of these 3 films to go on today. Actually, in the UK on Monday,
Okay.
it's no one's. They emailed me about it, and then they told me what the film is after I entered my like details and stuff, and they gave me a ticket. It's a press like a media screening for the new Simon Pegg film, Nick Frost film.
Ooh.
The guys who are in Hot Fuzz and that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, and I look, it's not made by the guy who like
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. It's not made by Edgar Wright, anything like that. It's made by the guy who made a random unknown Simon Pegg film. It's called. The name is so trashy. The name is Slaughterhouse Rules with a Z at the end. Rules. Yeah, and it's all
Even
about.
better.
Apparently, it's a comedy horror about a sinkhole and weird stuff that's happening around the sinkhole. And Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are in it. And says Asa Butterfield, the guy from Ender's Game.
I was watching. Zach, you saw A Wrinkle in Time today, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later because Sunday nights is also when we record our podcast.
Yeah.
So after this, we're just gonna record it. But I spent the entirety of A Wrinkle in Time going, did Asa Butterfield just like de-age? I thought that was him in the movie the entire time, and I'm like, oh no, it's not, because then that would mean Asa Butterfield has a
Does
job.
Logan Lerman have a younger brother?
Yeah, it's that guy in A Wrinkle in Time.
As soon as the trailer came out for that, I called that it was going to be terrible because the last time Disney tried to do a sci-fi live action was.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name. We don't talk about that movie if you're thinking about what I think you're
That
thinking.
was George Clooney.
Don't say the name.
You know that film is terrible. That's one of the worst
I
films I've
hate
ever seen in
That
cinema.
movie.
I hate that movie. And I saw this trailer for Wrinkle in Time. I go, this is going to be terrible. And it's come out, and I'm just looking at my computer screen going, I'm so happy with myself.
It's literally like this
So-
much better than
What-
that movie.
Yeah.
What's kind of amazing, though, both A Wrinkle in Time and the movie that shall not be named
Yeah,
Mm.
made 33 million opening weekend.
because it's
Like,
the same
exactly.
movie, dude.
He just, oh man. How's Oprah in it?
She's Oprah.
She literally appears like Oprah. Like literally, I kid you. No. I am gonna do the thing again where I explain to you exactly what happens in the movie, and you're gonna think I'm lying.
I haven't watched your Let Me Explain yet. I saw it came up in my notifications.
So they show you the first one, who is Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah. And then there's the next one.
and then there's Mindy Kaling,
Hmm.
and then Oprah appears
But she's huge apparently.
as the 75-foot lady. But get this, later on she can be normal size. So why was she 75 feet tall? I have absolutely no idea. She's 75 feet tall. Decides to be 75 feet tall for like three hours in the movie. There's a point where like a kid is falling and Oprah can easily just like extend her hand out because he's falling from the sky. She says like at a certain point it was literally she could have just told the daughter, right, who's looking for her dad, check under your chair. There he is. Like she is literally Oprah in this movie. They all give gifts. Zach, am I lying when I say that they all three are like, we have to go for whatever reason they have to leave? They're like, sorry, we gotta check out of this movie.
So
And-
actually, I would say that's the least Oprah part of the movie for her because her gift is really shitty.
No, that is the most Oprah thing to say. Reese Witherspoon gives her like these glasses.
Mindy Kaling gives her the glasses. Reese Witherspoon gives her her faults.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. But Reese Witherspoon was lame in this movie. I hate. Oh yeah, I'll get whatever. She's
Ooh.
Oprah's gift is her command.
What? How can you wait? So she commands her to do stuff, and that's the gift.
They're leaving her. Am I lying, Zach? Does she not say? And my gift to you is my command.
Mm.
Bye.
Oh my!
That was her gift. Now here's the thing we were getting at. She uses the glasses. And even the false thing, which was I thought was kind of lame, she uses that at the end of the movie when she goes all B rabbit and she like starts talking about everything that's wrong with her. Uses that at least.
Yeah. It came back in a satisfying way for a kids movie. I think.
Right. What was Oprah's command? The budget they got to make this movie? The star power? I don't know. It's Oprah being Oprah.
Just looks a bit terrible, and I'm just excited to just laugh. The last film I had a huge laugh at in cinema was the Emoji Movie.
Don't disrespect the Emoji Movie in this house.
The Emoji Movie is one of them. It's just gonna stay on for ages. It's just gonna be a legend.
It's
just going to be a legend, kind of like The Room, and just any Tom Green film. Like, it's just gonna be there, and everyone's just gonna remember it as being there.
A meme?
Yeah,
the meme that it was, pretty much. Yeah,
it's quite funny. Quite funny. I was just gonna say.
Oh, dang it! I was gonna see how long we could go with this. Oh man, but yeah. So pretty much, I guess I kind of want to do this similar thing for next week as well. I don't know how many of the patrons are like shy or not, but I know that I can see 4 are watching. I don't know if that's us 3 plus 1 other person. But for those of you watching,
I don't have that up on my page, so it's like.
Score, that's another one right there as well. So if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this in the future, just having it in the background to listen to, I have had a lot of people who had requested for me to put it back on, like what I was doing before, back on the A to Z show. I don't know how you guys felt about that. If you ever saw any of those live streams that I did there,
yeah, I watched them.
If you liked them or if you didn't. If I should have kept doing it, because obviously when it's over there, that's a bunch of other people who don't necessarily know about the Patreon or don't have the money to give, and they kind of liked it.
Did they increase your Patreon like subs, as you could say, kind of thing? Like more people?
Yeah. I would say I would notice that after every one that I did, there would be like 3 or 4 people who would actually head over. So for that alone, I felt like, okay, it's like a decent marketing thing. Yeah. At a certain point, I just did not know if 2 things. One, on the channel, I did have them only for a little bit, and then I would take them off, right? To mainly have them over here. If it felt, because I've never wanted to do that, where it feels like I'm demanding it, if it makes any sense. And this is why like I'm asking you guys, because you guys are obviously an outside perspective. Because you know people. Like I've never taken an advertisement, but I know the day that I do. A sponsor. I know the day that I do, I'm going to have that one person who's never commented on a video, who's never shared a video, nothing, right? And they're finally going to leave a comment, wow, you sell out.
Yeah.
I know that's bound to happen whenever I do, but I've never gotten it because I'm hoping that at a certain point through Patreon itself, right? I won't need to bog down a video so it ruins the flow or have to you know. No, I'd rather it be dependent on the people who actually like the content that I'm making. But I know that's bound to happen. So I did get it a couple times for the live streams. People said, you're only live streaming so people give you money. I'm like, no, you just commented on a live stream where you didn't give me money. You know, get what I mean?
You weren't asking. You were doing it just because, like, you were just like, I'm doing this as in my spare time. I'm not doing this for a video. Like, I'm not making any money off this. So, like,
people like to complain.
It was actually so at a certain point. I'm like, I don't want it to. I thought they were cool.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people. It's what we talked about in the beginning. You get a lot of people who give you like, oh, this is really cool. Oh, it's like a nice thing to just relax in the background. We get to have it for like a day or whatever it is for free. But then you get that one person who says, no, you're literally just doing this. Just keep making free content. Why do you got to make this? And that's like the one that sticks out to you. And you just don't know how many other people feel the same way. I know people like them though.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like to do that, to bring it back. But the other one was also putting them there. I don't know how you guys as patrons felt. This was another thing that I was talking to Kai about earlier. a lot of the patrons that they don't see a lot of things that I post, which is weird. I guess there's just a difference in activeness.
For a second, I was a bit confused because I think it wasn't called like Patreon Plus something. You put it as the name on the live stream, like the after show, and then it had like something about Patreon. I was a bit like, is this just for Patreon users or everyone's seeing it?
Exactly.
I was a bit confused, but then I kind of realized that you were doing it because you were going to start doing it for just Patreon users, and you were saying this is what you get. So I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. So that was the other thing. Like, I didn't want to have something that was out there, and then the patrons were like, well, why do I have to give $1 if I could just watch it here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't want it to be that as well. So that was the other reason I kind of like stopped it.
Some kind of incentive to your patrons.
Exactly. So it's sort of like, at the same time, it was those that got me like 50% more patrons because that's where they saw me.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of people, by the end of it, the moment that the A to Z show comes out, they click off. Like you see, it literally go bloop.
I mean, I think it comes down to like a philosophy in like what you think the whole idea of Patreon is. Are you paying to support the content you already like, which is the reason I patronize people on Patreon, or are you paying for like additional content and access and behind the scenes and like, which, you know, I know a lot of people love, but like that's not the reason that I'm in it to support creators, because I think I want creators to do more of the creating they do.
That's why I love you. But no, like as well, I also like I do want to like in this, it's easy in a sense. Obviously, all I have to do is just like take the time out of the week. So I'm figuring like continue doing them on Patreon. Do one a month that is open to everyone else, and then do the same thing where I privatize it.
It would be pretty cool if you did do it like a month, like once a month kind of thing, but you kept this Patreon users can still come on and talk. That might give people to be like, oh, you get this, and then you'd be like, I do this. Someone goes, how many times you do this? And you can say, well, I'll do this on here and once a month, but I do it every week on Patreon. You can join. Like you can, instead of just typing, you can come on and actually have a talk. So that could be like a selling point, you could say. Like, I don't know, like people, like you kind of show people that for just $1 you can actually you could actually come say hi, kind of thing.
Someone pays $1 just to swear me out. But yeah, so that's the other thing. Like, exactly. So that's why we're doing it now. Because like, if I were to look, I don't know how many of the statistics or whatever pops out for you guys, like on the Patreon or whatever. So I have 55 patrons, right? So my different things would be one, I know at a certain point, you know, hoping at a certain point, if it gets big enough, I won't be able to do this all the time. So then what would be the way to handle it? Because I also don't want to do that thing. I know some patroners, people who have a Patreon, they have like the $25 tier, and you get a monthly 30-minute hangout with them. And I've always felt that was the most awkward thing in the world. Like, they still get it. I look at it and it tells you, they're like, yo, they got like 10 people who have signed up for this, right? And that's like that's like a decent amount. But I've always felt, and I have from some people right now who give me $25. I've messaged them. I'm like, yeah, I really appreciate that. If you ever like want to talk about the channel and like what you think about it, let me know. And they're like, nah, thanks. Okay, man, that's great. But to have that as the incentive, I then feel right like I have like a forced friendship. I feel like they're paying me for my friendship, because like right now, obviously, you know, you guys are supporting me because you like what I make. This right now feels supernatural. Just have you guys on just to talk, and anyone else who wanted to come on to talk, or someone who doesn't want to be on camera can be listening, like whoever's listening right now. So I never want to do that because I feel that's awkward. I owe someone time to talk with them.
It seems a bit weird.
But I like this. So how do I handle that if at a certain point, you know, like the Patreon blows up? It was one of the main reasons why I had to switch probably like a little over half a year ago, I had it where anyone who gave $1 was going to be in the credits of the video.
Right.
And then I had a talk with not only, with a Patreon person and with a YouTuber, and they were like, you cannot do that. You will not understand. Like right now it would be 55 names.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So then that's going to be making like the video unnecessarily long. And it's also saying like, they had recommended 10. They're like, you need to have it at 10. And I was like, 5. And then they were like, what's your channel? You get to I was like, oh yeah. I was like trying to bargain with them to tell me, like, to give you permission. So that's why I had it at 5, but then still be $1 for everything else, right? That's like, I'm not giving out a physical item, which a lot of people give out like a t-shirt for $10, not realizing it's costing them $30 to ship out the t-shirt. Yeah. So they're not making any money off of the rewards. They're losing money off Patreon or stuff like that. But that switch from $1 to 5 helped stabilize those end credits to not be like a minute long.
Right.
And as it grows, can you imagine?
Maybe,
right?
Maybe it's something like, if it's too big to do this, that you're just taking questions, and they can be like video submitted questions or something like that too.
So Kai, did you ever see Cineclash?
No, I wasn't on Patreon or on your channel for when that was happening.
It's a great show, huge show, fantastic show.
I'm excited.
Gotta go back for it.
I'll actually post the whole playlist of them because I still have all of them. I'll post the entire playlist. I loved it. That geeked me out so much. Like I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's like the most fun I had that year of YouTube. I was a nobody, really. That was like when I had reached like 1,000, which is still a great achievement. But compared to what like I am now and being able to have a bigger audience who watches stuff, it did not compare to those 20 views of video that I got on Cineclash because it was just fun. It's movie trivia. I don't know. It's a blast. I think it's really cool. And Zach knows. Jeopardy. It's Movie Jeopardy, and Zach knows because he's been around since way back when. How difficult it was to get people on.
I feel like I'd need to watch more films like
no,
in cinema to play.
Because it's actually not that bad. It depends on which questions you choose, but I'll send you the thing and you can look through them. And stuff like that. But they were pretty much like 30-minute episodes. It would be like this. We would go live and we would just like run it through, and everything I had a PowerPoint. So it was like the whole Jeopardy thing, and you would see the questions and I would mark the points and all this stuff. So much work went into it, and it just became exhausting. I loved it, but it became exhausting of not being able to get enough people. So Zach knows the story. So pretty much I would message everyone, right? And you know how on YouTube everyone's like, oh, this is a really good video. I really love your points in The Shape of Water. I made a video too.
Yeah.
Check it out on my channel, right? I knew it was going to come off like that to some people, but it was, it was like, no, I'm not asking you to see my channel. I actually want to entertain you with a trivia show. Right. And I remember messaging a lot of people that were around 1,000, 10,000, maybe 20,000. A lot of people. I said, yay, I really like your stuff. I'm doing a movie trivia show, and I wanted to know if you wanted to be a part of it. Right? You don't have to check out anything else that I'm making. I just wanted to know if you want to be a part of it. Maybe it did come off as being a little like, hey, check out my channel. Maybe. I don't know. What I do know, Kai, and Zach knows this, is that to this day, I get messages back going, OMG, I didn't see your invite. I would love to be on it. Zach, what did they really see?
Oh, this channel's like 100,000 subscribers now.
Yeah. They forget that Twitter back in the day and Facebook right now has a scene at whatever. It's like, yo, but I kid you not. I got flooded. Oh, I didn't see it. Kai, these messages were sent back in 2015. Which is cool.
They're so like sick.
I've never gotten it. That's why like right now, Zach and I have talked about it. Like whenever someone asks me, it's like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? I was like, oh yeah, sure. I'll be on your podcast. Even if they have like, I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm gonna be, if I collab with someone who I like, whatever, if I like them, I will do it. If I see a passion for film or whatever we're talking about, I'll do it. I don't care, because it's been done to me. People who had like 2,000 subscribers said, "Oh, you have 500? You're not worthy of my time." And I was like, it's 2 years later. How are you still at 2,000? That's right, because you had that mindset. I don't like that mindset. I hated that it was done to me, and I never want it to be done to anyone else. I try to respond to as many people as I can, but the biggest issue was like not getting enough people. And now that the Patreon's growing, I figured this is the best place to have it. So that for a fact is going to be a way to get you guys on. And the way that I had it was like, okay, let's say the patrons grow. How do I decide who gets on the show, right?
Yeah.
So I've been working on this thing with the Google Docs, which is pretty much like a submission form. So the way that I would do it is I would create like 3 questions, right? I would post it on the Patreon. First come, first serve, sort of like, first to fill it out, get it right, and turn it in. Those get in on it. So you're still playing a game even if you don't make it. So it would kind of be like, all right, answer these 3 questions. First 3 people to get it right, get on the shows. And the questions would be like, name the 5 actors who played Batman. Take the gun, leave the cannoli. What is that from? What animated film went in 2003? Obviously, you'll be able to cheat. That doesn't matter to me because you'll have the internet. But the first 3 to fill it out, I'll be notified. I'll be like, all right, these 3 are the ones to go. And I will like DM them and tell them that those are the 3, make like a little thumbnail, and then we'll host a show. Maybe the winner of it goes on to like next week's show or whatever. But every week there will be a new submission thing and the first to fill it out. So that way I think it's fair. It's a first come, first serve basis on who can answer the trivia questions. And I know there's going to be people who don't want to be on the show. They just want to listen to it.
Right.
Like they just want to watch it. Like I had some people did respond. They're like, that sounds really cool. I've actually been watching it. I do not want to be on the show at all. Like, that's cool. But they want to watch it. And that's why I feel like the $1 thing, it's going to add that extra incentive of having a trivia show on the Patreon page that nobody else can watch. But also be an incentive for other people to be like, I wouldn't pay you for the videos you're making for free. But if you do have an extra trivia thing going on, then I will do that. And
what if every week you got the same person always being the first 3? Would you have to like give them like a 2-week break if you've been on it and you didn't win? Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Good question.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'll see it. I'll just be like, yo, Zach, stop messaging. Stop playing.
Zach, leave me alone.
I mean, I would just see it. I would just go like to the next one and be like, oh, okay, this person already did. I'm just going to go to the next one. They would know. Because, I mean, like, if it's a mini trivia quiz that's also coming out. Like, not the show, but the actual submission form. I'm sure some people would just want to answer it just to answer it. So, I would just go to the next one. And then, I would do that. Like, give them a week or 2. Depending on how it is.
Break, because like
if
you keep seeing the same name popping up, like the first 3, it's like, oh, come
exactly. Yeah. So I definitely, because that would be the thing. I would want to give people, as many people a chance to be. Yeah. And I know some people give on Patreon and they're not as they wouldn't care about the trivia. They would rather watch it than be a part of it. But I figured that would be like a cool thing to do. So I think if I continue these weekly things, kind of like this, I think it would just be the same thing. Like the first 4 people to DM me, I'll send you the link.
What happens if like your Patreon gets so big and you have loads of people being like, I want to come on the show and just have a chat? Like,
then I have 20 shows a day.
Because like you could like do like a
7 streaming chat.
You could do like a list of like who's on each week of like the reserve list kind of thing.
And Kai's like, hey, remember I gave you that idea, so I'm gonna be on every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on every time.
That was one of the first. Don't cut me out. No, so that's the thing. That's why I want to do it for like this upcoming month. Because right now I want to take advantage of that, of what's known as like the good old days before. I mean, hopefully it gets there, because then that's gonna make making the E to Z show easier. Because right now, obviously, I have to do like a bunch of other stuff, and I have to worry so much about like this video didn't generate enough revenue, or many times it's how the heck is my face unadvertiser friendly, or how is my face copywritten? Like they don't make any sense. So I mean, the more that the Patreon grows, the easier it's going to be to make more content. So that in and of itself, I think is cool. But I think the Hangouts are cool. That's like one of the biggest reasons I did this to begin with.
Yeah.
Was talking to other people who like movies. I actually hate talking on camera. I hate it. It's so lame.
It's really alienating,
right?
And lonely.
Because the moment that you finish like one segment and you go to the next, there's that silence that's so loud, and it sounds like loser. You're alone. It isn't until it's edited and posted and someone comments that I go, okay, it's worth it. But I've always been a fan of just talking to other people. That's just me.
Yeah.
So
I still have been meaning to ask, is your favorite film of 2017 Brigsby Bear?
oh no, I hate that movie. I just put it up because he gave me the poster and I feel bad to tell him that I don't like. No, I love Brigsby Bear.
I was really sad because in the UK they didn't really have they only screened it for a week and then it left cinemas.
Oh.
I saw it, of course.
Nice.
Did you like it?
I gave it 5 stars. I was
Oh.
like, I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, out of 5.
No,
Woo!
out of 5, yeah. Because like I rate everything on Letterboxd, so it's
Mhm.
like I gave it 5 stars. I was like, this is really good. I was like, yeah, I really liked it.
Dude, I remember when I saw that at Sundance and I was sitting there and I was like, I almost skipped it because my girlfriend and I were like, look at this. There's no, this is going to win the audience one. So we'll just watch it then. And they were like, might as well just watch it. And
The posters made it look very old school and like
Yeah,
just
I was like-
trashy. I was like, looking at it going,
I was-
what? Is this serious?
yeah. And we barely had anything at Sundance. It was just like some promotional stuff. And I was like, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a fan favorite. And it did become a fan favorite, but then it didn't win the audience award. So if we hadn't seen it that night, I would not be on this Brigsby train. I can guarantee you that. I don't know when I would have seen it. I just saw Gook last night. That was also at Sundance that year. I just saw it. You get what I mean? Like, how would I have known to catch up on this one and not any of the others? It was like a crazy flip, and then I did, and I'm like, I bring Brigsby up at any time.
It's good film.
Anytime I
I
can.
was so I was like I saw the poster, I saw the trailer, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
it's like a poster. I was like, I'm not convinced, and I can't bother. And then the trailer came up and go, okay, it looks all right. And then I watched the film, and I'm just like,
Another world.
yeah. I'm like, oh, I really, really, really like that.
Zach,
It's a
have you
short
seen it?
Not yet. I know.
It's
I'm the
it's
worst.
good. It's real good, man. It's real good.
I'll get there. I was planning to, and then I didn't.
It's real good.
that's
It's on my
usually
list.
our-
It's on my list next to Super Dark Times and the others.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't find that. I can't find Super Dark Times anywhere.
It's not on Netflix there?
Not got a UK release anywhere. It's just not coming out in the UK, and I just want to watch it because I've just heard so much about it.
Disrespectful.
This is what's quite like. I say art, indie, house, festival kind of movies.
Mhm.
They just UK does not like them. If like the only ones they kind of like are the big ones that get lots of studio money. Like other than that, they just don't come out in the UK.
It's
Like
lame,
it-
Kai,
dude.
are you by London or are you by another city?
London, yeah,
Mm.
like close to London, yeah, like
He lives in
half an
Big
hour.
Ben. He's got the best internet service.
No. Like I'm just like just outside of London. So like if I try to go to London Film Festival, but all the
Oh,
films
that's
that
right.
don't get released in cinemas were all sold out instantly. And it was like it was annoying. And I'm still trying to find how I can watch My Friend Dharma.
Mm.
'Cause apparently that was pretty good, and I'm just like I really want to see it because it's just I don't know, like it looks like a really good character piece film, but like I
Yeah.
can't.
Read
It's
the comic.
Mm,
Based off of a comic, and
mm.
it cut some stuff from the comic that I think would have really helped. But
Have you seen Columbus?
oh yeah, I saw Columbus at Sundance. That
This
was
is the thing. I saw so much about Columbus, and it only came out in America, I think, or like Korea or something. So
oh yeah,
I
because
was
the guy's
like,
from Korea, so
yeah,
he probably shipped it over there himself.
yeah. So I was like, I need to watch this, and I found online I hate to say it, I found a copy online on one of them dodgy websites, and I watched it, and it was so good.
Was it HD though?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a movie that you need to see in like crisp HD.
One of the most
Yeah.
beautiful movies of last
Okay,
year.
so since both of you have seen it, because I haven't been able to like, I think I kind of mentioned it maybe in a video, that scene when they both meet and there's a fence,
Yeah.
and the more that they get to know each other, the fence gets thin, and then it goes away, and then I was like, hey,
That's real filmmaking right
that's
there.
movie making right there.
Yeah.
One major thing about it which I loved was how they didn't make it a love story. I was
Mhm.
so happy. I was like, I'm
That
so
is true.
glad this is a
Yeah.
true like friendship film, because most
Mhm.
films filmmakers will be like, okay, and at the end they kiss and they fall in love.
Yeah.
No, this was just like he
They
hugs
needed
her and just goes, I hope we can meet. I hope we can meet again. And it's like, it doesn't have to have love. It's like a good
Mhm.
friendship story. And I was like, yeah, I really like that.
It's so peaceful, isn't it?
Mm.
Man, I remember. Yeah, dude.
I felt the cinematography kind of cohered with the whole theme of like it's all about structures.
structure. Yeah.
And then the cinematography was very just art like a like all the buildings they were looking at, and I was like, it just works.
Mhm.
It just works.
I kept thinking it was Columbus, Ohio. And it
Yeah.
turns out it's a different Columbus because I got called out for that. They're like, oh, it's the wrong Columbus. And I was like, oh,
And
maybe
there's-
Columbus, Indiana or something. I don't know. I'm still getting it wrong.
and then there's John Cho, who's just good.
Indiana, you're right.
Oh, John Cho. Let me tell you something. Search is the best movie that came out of Sundance. I said it. Hereditary just so happens to be the one that keeps getting hyped up the most and that I talk about the most. But Search, I'm telling you right now. You like John Cho?
Yeah.
Search is his best role he's ever been in.
Search hasn't even got a poster on.
Search isn't even on Letterboxd, and it really ticks me off.
Yeah, it hasn't even got a poster. It just says Search on the thing, and it's really annoying. Most of this is what's really annoying. Most of the Sundance films don't even have trailers.
Who picked it up?
Huh? Me?
Picked up Search.
Me?
You distributing it?
I'm just kidding. If I could. I think Fox.
Ooh. So it should get like a real release.
It was like Fox or Sony. It was a big one. It won. It won the Next Award, and it even won the Innovator Award. Bro, no, I love this movie. It is like that. It is. I honestly, truly believe the way that it's told. I don't want to use the word revolutionary, but it's like fantastic filmmaking. But then it also has a story that's told phenomenally, but it's not art because I don't really think it's artsy. It's artsy in its technical aspects, which I think is the best way to go for film fans. But then the story itself, anyone can see. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's not Prisoners. Oh, I don't want to say too much. Never mind. It's not. Do you know when you watch a movie or a TV show and you're like, oh, that's very enjoyable?
Yeah.
As in like the way that the story is told, it's almost like a popcorn flick that you're like, oh, that really got the emotions out of me. But then no one dares to mention it for like movie of the year later because it's just meant to be that enjoyable. That is this. It is that enjoyable movie along with things that definitely deserve respect. I hated everyone who was talking about like, oh yeah, but it's a gimmick like Unfriended.
Just because it's on a computer.
Yeah, just because it was on a computer. I'm like, that didn't make any sense. First 5 minutes, I think it's akin to Up. First 5 minutes, I've been saying that. But I hate that.
I'm super excited for this one.
I can't even like talk about it because they're like, this movie don't exist. They ain't got a poster. Right?
I'm quite excited to just see, because I'm really into Hamilton, so Monsters and Men, because the guy in it, I keep forgetting the name, but yeah, I really like him, and I think that could be a cool one because I haven't seen him in any. I've seen him in one film, which is Patty Cakes.
Wow.
He was in Patty Cakes?
Yeah, he was the DJ who like took the piss out of her kind of thing when they went into the studio. If I'm thinking of the right person,
Am I?
I don't know. We're talking about the Puerto Rican kid,
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah.
Philippe, right? Philippe from Hamilton.
Yeah.
Let me.
Looking it up. I think I'm talking about some guy from Hamilton was definitely in Patty Cakes, and he was in the studio when she went to the studio rather than just recording it.
Bro, why ain't he popping up? And I know exactly. I don't know why. Because I saw Monsters and Men.
Hmm.
Anthony
Sorry.
Ramos.
Yeah.
Or Ramos, since he's Hispanic. I love that guy. Have you seen, please, I swear, because I also am you seen Hamilton?
Yeah.
I saw Hamilton last year when it came to Chicago. Adored it as well.
Yeah, he was in Patty Cakes, yeah. He was
Dang,
he was the engineer for her.
that is crazy. I hadn't seen Hamilton when I saw Patty Cakes. Did you like Patty Cakes?
Yeah, I think it was very underrated.
Did you? We talked about this. Patty Cakes got bought for 13 or 12 mil, 9 mil.
Something big.
Made a mill.
Yeah, like it has stuff like.
That's why you're not
like-
seeing posters from Sundance, because people weren't buying movies after what happened last year.
That has like films like this, Patty Cake and stuff like that, which are like quite indie films, which just go to cinema in the UK for a week.
Well, I'm gonna
and
tell you
then
this right
never
now.
hear of them again.
I think you're gonna love Monsters and Men. I loved Monsters and Men. I loved.
Mm.
Did you see the Sundance video I made?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you heard what I said about the director.
Yeah.
That guy was like, man, like that guy was the guy. Like the key movie, right? Because when I'm watching this movie, you know, I only know this man right here. I only know Ramos, but he comes down. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know how many people I bumped into who actually were helming the movies, right? That I was watching. So when he comes down, I'm just looking at him, and it isn't until like one of the volunteers goes, "Oh, by the way, this is the guy who directed the movie." And he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm just here to make sure to let you guys know that all of you guys are going to get into the screening." I'm like,
You're just like, damn.
bro, come on now. Bro, come on now. Why are you telling me this? And I was number one in the wait list line too, so it didn't even matter to me. But I was like, boy, wow, you're nice. And the night before, since we're talking about Hamilton, the night before there was another Hamilton star, David Diggs.
Yes.
He had a movie called Blind Spotting. It is such a David Diggs movie. He just raps. He literally just raps for no reason. He just literally rap. But it's not even a musical. He just raps. He's just walking down the street, just starts rapping. I think you'll like it if you like David Diggs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
He was up at 12. Movie ended like at 2. He was there at that screening to support the movie. Is up back at 7. When he's there at the waitlist line down there in the freaking cold talking about how he's going to let everyone in. Then he stays for the entire Q&A, and he made sure he answered everyone's questions. Someone was like, "Oh, I still got a question." They're like, "Oh, the next screen's coming up." He's like, No. I know how long it takes like for the next screening. I'll answer them." And he said he was going to talk to them like right afterwards. I was like, stop doing this, man. All right, I got to be fair in your movie right now. And I liked it, but right now you're making me like overly love it. The movie itself was dope. It's so good.
I'm really intrigued because like one day I want to come to like America and go to Sundance or like South by Southwest and watch just these films. How does it work? Because like, is it just like buying a cinema ticket, just buying one and then just getting in?
Depending on the festival, you need to buy early.
Yeah. So I know I said I was going to make a video on it, and I never did. That's because I wanted to give you the information personally.
Yeah.
And anyone else is watching. No, I will. I'm going to make it when like I feel gets closer to the time to like take action. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I make it now, someone's going to be like, "Oh, okay, so tickets come out in November," and then completely forget about it when they do come out in November. So pretty much other than like getting your flight and booking your hotel, which I feel are the most expensive parts of actually going to a festival.
Yeah.
The way that it goes is around September, they tell you you're going to be able to purchase a package. There's 3 ways to get in. You purchase a package, and then later on they give you the dates. Once they announce all the films, they're like, "Oh, okay, so you bought this 10-ticket package. In December, we're going to give you the dates. Sign up and get whatever you need." There's individual tickets that you can buy. Like once the festival starts going on, you go up there, you're like, "Hi, can I get an individual ticket?" But you just got to see what isn't sold out. Or you can walk up to any of the screenings, and there's this little app. I'll literally show it to you to show you exactly how it works. It is the Sundance app. Did I delete it? I don't know. Whenever a screening is coming up, sort of like a Showtime, right?
Yeah.
You have the entire schedule right here. So let's say here, this were from whatever the last ones were. I don't know if you can see it. Boom. So this would show you like the different ones. You would click on one of them, and obviously it's not screening, but on the bottom it would say waitlist, and it would tell you the countdown until the waitlist time.
Okay.
So if you're like my girlfriend and I, we're trying to waitlist, right? So we have like tickets for some movies, which is good because you can literally just show up, you stand in line, get let in because you have a ticket. And then you look at the waitlist line that has like 200 people in it, only 50 are getting in. So the waitlist works is when you check in, it gives you a number, and you hope to God, or whatever deity you believe in, that you're like in the good, first quarter percentage. So like when we're watching a movie, we'll kind of just like have it underneath, like just doing the little double tap right underneath the jacket, hoping that we get it, and then we got 23 or something, right?
Yeah.
And then what that is, like, you wait there, and then you just like pay them $20, and they tell you can get in. Obviously, you're gonna be stuck sitting up like the front or something, but that's usually how it works. So
can you not buy something that like gets all of the films? It's just not possible to do that.
Yes,
That's much more expensive.
Yes, you can. So when you buy the packages, right, they sell different packages, like 10 ticket package. If you're under 24, which I don't know if you are or not, but if you're under, I think they changed it to 25. So if you're under 25, you're good. You can get what is the 10 ticket package for $250, whatever that equates to you guys.
Yeah.
So for not even 200, I think. That not only includes 10 tickets, it includes a press pass, which if you can see my stuff over there. Oh, now you know what the studio looks like. Zach already knows, but there you go. It's a closet right there. But over there in the corner, I don't know if you can see that. You see those blue tag things?
Yeah.
Those are the passes that they give you. And pretty much with that pass, you can go into any of the, because it's the whole town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole town gets taken over. So the library is showing a screening. Then you got to walk to the school that in the auditorium is showing a screening. There's a couple theaters. There's literally a Holiday Inn that uses a conference room. There's an athletic room. So it's like this cool thing because everyone in the town is aware that you're going there for that. So they set up, like, Acura has an event going on. That pass that is a part of your $200 thing allows you to go into it. And now you got free food. What's up?
I thought you were thinking saying like a screen. I'm thinking.
Oh no.
Oh, this is like the VIP area, not VIP part.
Yeah. I just go for the movie, so I don't actually use that part. But what I'm getting at is that if you're under 25, it's cool because you not only get the 10 tickets, you also get 5 waitlist tickets.
Oh.
So technically, that's 15 movies. For 5 of them, you just kind of have to, use the app and wait in line. But that's 15 tickets plus that thing, which I don't use it a lot. But if you do want to go clubbing or whatever it is, that credential lets you go in. I like using it for whenever we're like near the Stella Lounge, so that I get free beer. So like, there's a lot. If you go, whenever you go, let me know, and I'll be like, all right, I trust this guy. He ain't a random stranger who wants to meet up with me. Bro, just hang out with us because my girlfriend and I are practically trying to make Sundance like a yearly thing. Like if that's the only thing we can afford for the year, that's what we're going for. And I'll give you the ins and outs of it. But Zach knows TIFF, and it pretty much goes like that. When the tickets go on sale, you either get a ticket package. If you're super duper rich,
you buy individual tickets.
What you want? No. Screw individual tickets. That pass that I showed you right there, that credential is for like the little clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
The express pass is a pass that's red. And you ain't got to wait in line. You ain't got a wait list. You ain't even got to be there the 30 minutes that they tell you to get there for the film to make sure that you're inside, the lines.
Yeah.
You can show up like the freaking king of whatever, Sundance. Hi. Beep. Go right in. To any movie you want.
Even if you haven't booked.
What's up? No, you don't need a book. So the way that they sell it is, let's say a theater, and they all vary in sizes. Some have 1,000 seats, others have 300 seats. When the ticket pass people, when you buy a ticket pass and you're like booking your stuff online, when the dates become available, when the schedule's available, they're only selling 60% of the seats.
Wow.
And then it tells you full. But that's only to give those who are going to be waitlisted a chance.
Yeah.
And also because they have to save seats for whoever's going to be a pass holder. Yeah. So there are days where they'll tell you, oh, the average for the Eccles Theater is they'll let in 150 people. But if that just so happens to be something like Whiplash after it's getting so much buzz, all the press people, because you could, if you're press, if you're a producer, marketing, or if you're the guy and you ready for the price who paid $3,000 for that pass, then you can go in and all the waitlist people are going to be like, oh, that's a lot of, well, we waitlisted and getting in. So yeah, that's the dream pass right there. Do not get me wrong. That is the dream pass. I'm pointing at it like as if I had it, but for $3,000, or, you know, if you work for Netflix or something.
Yeah. If you've got that press or industry badge,
you just walk into anything. So when you're sitting there and you're like, wow, this movie, I paid $20 to see this advanced screen, but you're all hyped up because, like I said, or as you know, you're one of the first to see this movie. So you don't care. It was worth it. You've traveled all the way here. Then you see someone get up. Just leave.
Yeah. Walk out.
Just walk out. You're like, what the heck? Either they're completely insane or they're pass holders.
Yeah.
They're pass holders who, and this is to be completely honest, unless they're press or something, the people who actually pay the $3,000 are like filthy rich people who don't see Sundance as a film festival. They see it as an event. So they'll go to a movie. If they don't like it 15 minutes in, they just leave.
There's also like Harvey Weinstein was notorious. Among the many things he was notorious for, it turns out.
But this was number one right here.
This was before the recent stuff. He was notorious for going to Sundance, sitting through the first like 30 minutes of a movie, and walking out because he felt like if he saw the first 30 minutes, he would decide he would know then and there whether or not he wanted to buy the movie. So he was offering the filmmaker a deal before the movie was even done premiering.
I think there was a joke about that in Entourage. Actually,
probably,
yeah.
Because they had a character who wasn't called Weinstein, but
like, he was based on Weinstein.
He was
I know
based
who
on
you're talking about,
Weinstein. Yeah, because like when all this Harvey Weinstein stuff came out, I was thinking, I swear this is already true because like the character in Entourage did exactly. He did everything that was released. He was he did sexual assault. He did like, as you said, that he saw the first 30 minutes because like they had this one film and the main character was like, this guy, he watches the first 30 minutes and he decides, is he still here? And they look around like he's gone after like a 3-hour movie.
Raptured.
And then he gets a call from this character and it's like, but like I get what you mean with that, yeah. Like
yeah, and for a guy like Weinstein, that means like he can go and see more movies. And to be honest, like we know, 30 minutes in whether or not something is like decent or not. So
right, and he's at that level. Yeah, I'm not for everything else that he did, but I mean, he's at that level where he just, in a sense, has the whatever to it, and he did for the most part.
He's there for business, not for pleasure.
Exactly, he's there for business, and he thinks he's got the Midas touch. So within the 30 minutes, he feels if he has it or not, but. It's also a lot of rich people who just will literally walk out in the middle of a movie.
But another thing with Sundance is, what do you know to watch?
Oh, okay. So I can tell you that one. For me, not for you. So the way that I would do it, here's how I figured it out. Man, I wish I can. I do not know where I have them. I remember, Zach, when I showed you my freaking James Jonah Jameson. So what I do is the first year I had no idea. I just looked at the people who I've seen direct things or actors who I like, right? Or I would read a story and be like, Wind River, the story of like, that was one my girlfriend said, we're watching that for a fact. Brigsby Bear was one where I was like, Brigsby Bear, I don't know, just the title caught me and I was like, you just built an instinct to what you like. And of course there was a lot that I missed in the first year, but then I realized it for the second year that I went this past year. I printed out the entire schedule.
Yeah.
Put up the schedule. Then I get the actual film program. I looked at the film program and I realized one thing. They're all split into different categories. So you have your narrative competition, your features, your documentaries. It's different things. So the best way to know is to look back at 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look through those movies, and you're bound to have already seen, obviously, the ones that have been released since then. Or you can watch them, right? Rent them, Netflix, whatever it is. And just figure out which categories you like the most.
Yeah.
So when I realized that, I was like, all right, I know for a fact that my favorite movies of the year have literally come out from the narrative competition.
Right.
Whiplash, Brigsby, Fruitvale was on there. Birth of No Nation, before it was allowed to like it or whatever it was. So when you realize that, then you go, okay, I know which ones to look at. The premieres, I think, is another big one. Call Me by Your Name.
Right.
The Raid 2.
And all these festivals will usually have an international selection. So if you're into foreign films, or a midnight selection if you're into really horror selection.
Stuff. Hereditary. That's how I saw Hereditary. Exactly.
That's how I saw It Follows. My girlfriend saw, what was that Kevin Smith? Tusk. She saw Tusk at TIFF.
Oh.
She was with the masks.
Oh dear. So yeah, when you look back at the categories, I would say go by category. You'll look back at the categories and realize, all right, my ratio for what I like the most comes in these categories, and then you'll know which ones you don't like. Like, I love international films. I do not watch the one from Sundance.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I just don't think they produce the best international films. Maybe there is one or two that slips, but I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll catch it later.
Yeah.
But I know that the ones I do not want to miss is the dramatic narrative, the premieres. You got to be there's always going to be that one midnight one, right? It's like The Witch, Hereditary. So you just got to look out for it. Here's another big thing. Always look up to see if anyone's bought it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The moment I saw Hereditary was picked up by A24.
Especially if it gets
Anything
purchased.
A24
if it gets purchased early in the festival, because that means people were like, we can't wait to see if somebody else is going to we need to have this
we're
movie.
going to get it. And on top of that, like I was telling you earlier, when you had mentioned the Joaquin Phoenix movie, also check to see when it's coming out. And that way you save more time for movies. There was a bunch of movies. I really wanted to see I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore.
Yeah.
And then I saw that it was not only bought out and coming out like within the month or so, but it was going straight to Netflix. So I didn't even have to worry about like a limited release or anything. So I would say those are the really smartest things, because right now, the movies that you're going to like wish that you saw at Sundance aren't the ones that went straight to Netflix or whatever.
They're the ones that like come out.
It's the Call Me by Your Names that don't come out till December. Yeah.
Or a futile and stupid gesture, which sounded good, but was on Netflix before the festival ended.
Exactly.
Same day.
So that is a huge thing to look at. Look at what categories, statistically for yourself, produce the movies you like the most. Look through them and obviously realize that there's always going to be some right in the dramatic that you're like, yeah, I know that's not for me, that filmmaker. But then also make sure that even if it's your favorite movie, check the release date. That way you can fit as many movies in as possible.
But anything A24, I need to see.
Exactly. You already know.
Love A24, man.
For me, anything that's Illumination Studios, I know for a fact I need to.
How about that Grinch trailer?
It's not as bad as people are making it out to be, man. It's not good. It's not good.
Anything kids, I reserve a whole day to go to a screening at like midday when everyone's at school. It's just adults there, because I can't be dealing with kids running up and down the aisles and screaming.
Like, never take care of the kids.
Yeah.
Purposely.
Oh, sometimes you see adults sneaking their kids into 15s.
Yeah.
Or like, I think it's called R-rated in the US. Yeah.
Oh, I know, because I just saw a screening to The Strangers and there was a baby there.
Yeah. And I was just like, because I think it was in Borg versus McEnroe. I turned around and there was no one in the screen except for this
mum and dad, and then these two kids sitting there with their eyes glued to the screen as Shia LaBeouf just swears. They're just like, wow. I'm just like, you were behind me in line. You bought tickets for like Despicable Me 3.
Yeah. Oh, sneakeroo.
Yeah. I was
That's
like,
funny.
how
That's
did you
funny
sneak
stuff.
your kids into this one? And why out of everything?
Why here?
Borg versus McEnroe? Yeah, very strange. But yeah, when I decide to come to Sundance, I'll definitely plan.
I'm telling you right now, for
Plan
you
ahead.
and anyone else who's watching this from the patrons, I'm telling you right now, just hit me up, get that huge condo. Zach and I need our room for ourselves. But everyone, you guys can get whatever else. Zach and I are sharing the queen. Twin, if we're lucky. A cot.
One can hope.
A cot if we're blessed. But yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go get a snack, and then I know Zach will record the podcast real quick. But
Yeah,
what do you think about it, Kai? Worth
yeah,
doing these?
they're a lot of fun, and
Alright.
like I know that if I can't do it next time. How long are you gonna keep
no, bro, you're gone. You're gone. You can't do this anymore.
Oh.
Like I got you on the list. You're done.
Well, it was fun while it lasted for
Well,
me. No, but like, because it's if you're gonna be doing it at like this time every time for me, it's
No. I'll switch it for sure.
like, are you gonna be keeping these on the Patreon?
Yeah, this is just a Patreon for right now.
But like, are you gonna be keeping it on your like Patreon YouTube or are you just gonna be deleting it straight away?
Oh no, it's gonna stay up.
Yeah, because like I could watch them when I'm like awake.
So that's the other thing that I needed to make sure. For a second, and I don't know if this makes a difference, but I know some people maybe them being public on the ATZ Patreon YouTube page means that anyone can see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have a problem with that. Like, if
No,
you'd rather it be
I'm
private.
fine with that. Okay.
The other thing also being is that putting it unlisted means the only place you can get the link is through Patreon. So it truly is a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
That way nobody else is going like, hey, guys, I know where the link is. So that's where I'm going to keep it. It's probably going to be unlisted, but if there's ever an issue with it in any way, shape, or form, then I just want to make sure, because I know I've put some stuff, and I know it varies, right? Like for the Annihilation one, I know not everyone is going to click on it who's a patron because they probably haven't seen Annihilation, right? So, because I've put bonus clips there, and if you go on the page, you won't be able to see them. You'd have to click the links that
the
are
link in the Patreon.
Exactly.
Yeah, otherwise you can't find it.
Exactly. So I know at a certain point, since you can't see them, someone's going to be like, oh, I finally saw Annihilation 5 months later.
Scroll.
They go to the thing. So, I mean, if any of you guys ever see any trouble with that, then just let me know. But yeah, they're all going to be there, and all the links are going to be saved here. I'm trying to find a way. So I saw it on somebody else's to be able to put like listed, like featured tags. And that way it's always on the side. And that way we'll have one for the live streams and have one for the Cineclash thing. Then you could just, you don't have to keep scrolling. Cool. You just click on that and all the featured ones will pop up. But for sure, try it again next week. We'll see.
This was fun, man.
Oh, no, that's dope. I know it's like, what, Sunday for you next week?
It's 4:16 in the morning on a Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go get some sleep, man. Sleep 8 hours before you watch Annihilation.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to.
That full night's rest.
I'm going to.
So, no, but thanks for being on, man. Anyone else who's listening or watching it later on, let me know. Like I said, Ali did say that she's too nervous to be on the show, but that's fine. You just watching, we had 5 other people who are watching this, so that's cool. You're famous, Kai. Kai, would you like to give your plug out?
No.
plug your podcast, your blog.
He said my social is. Wait, you guys don't have socials over there, do you?
No. Huh?
Do you guys have social security numbers?
Yeah.
What is yours?
I don't know off my heart. Just give me 2 minutes to find out my drawers. I'll be back.
But no, for sure. Hey,
good talking to you, Kai.
Yeah.
You too.
We'll do this again next week. If
Cool.
nobody else, like I said, if anybody else wants to be on it, then let me know because we're still in that niche audience where I want to be able to talk to all of you. Kai was cool. Kai set the bar on who's like the coolest to talk to.
Pretty high bar.
Yeah. Everyone else who comes on, yes. What do you think of the Oscars? It's good. Don't feel obligated to be on. You don't got to be on. You can watch them if you enjoy them as well. But if you do, I don't know the limit. If the more people we can get on, maybe the better. Don't want to overdo it to we're all talking over each other. But Zach and I have always said 3 is the crew. Three is like the perfect.
crew.
3 is dope. 3 is a party right there. But yeah. For those of you who guys are watching, Arshil Potter just got on. So have a good night, Arshil Potter. And like I said, we'll do this again next week. If you come on again, Kai, if you're like the only one who's like, yeah.
I don't mind coming on again.
Then we'll switch up the time, but it's probably gonna be Sunday, if not Sunday, Monday. It depends.
Cool.
It just depends on the schedule, but I'll definitely let you guys know ahead of time. Other than that, Zach and I still got to stay up another 2 hours recording the thing. But yeah, see you guys later. Boom. And I add the broadcast. I stop.